Hello, Regis students. How are you? Instructor Brian here. I hope that you're really doing well, and that you've been continuing to enjoy the format. I'm finalizing the videos for databases, tables. So this is a very clean lesson. It has the right amount of detail because it is a big topic. And so we have to have the overview where we're going back in history, and then we're going to have a keywords, a synthesis, and then I'm going to give you the essentials with the visualization and normalization. And the exercises, whether it's 12.2, 12.3, or the lab, are all the essentials for being successful to go and write queries, have AI help you write queries, and so forth. So you have all the tools that you will need going forward. And it's the right code, it's the right kind of size of code, and so forth. So I'm going to extend this video 1 here, okay? And we're going to start really talking right into why do we have a relational database? Well, there were two main theories of this, Inman and Kimball. And this is going back to the 70s, okay? I'm having you work with SQL. That's a construct from the 80s. It's very powerful. But the whole idea is that when they were able to get off a tape, they used to store on magnetic tape. And it's because Inman and Kimball were then designing and building data structure tables. And so a table is like a spreadsheet where each row is a record and each column is a field. So it is a field and record. And what I have you do is you're going to create a school database and understand some directional relationships, some normalization principles, and more importantly, be able to go and run queries. Because no matter what job you go into, you have to know how to be able to run queries. And it will set you apart. And once you know the baseline structure, and the whole world has changed because the AI tools are incredible. I was doing some testing with Google Gemini and it was blowing me away. But everything again comes down to the right language. So we have in relational databases, we have tables, we have rows and records, we have columns or fields, and then we have primary and foreign keys. Primary and foreign keys are ways that the data is connected together. So when you go and you pull a query, it is going between one-to-many tables to assemble the fields and records that you're after. And so SQL has been structured query language, has been very stable for a long time in being able to do that. So, what does it look like? And I'm hoping that the screen won't get too goofed up. It looks like I did it pretty good. So I have a horseshoe database here. And so this is from one of my sample projects. I'm so sorry. Blue, it looks really blue. But what I want you to see is that at a basic level, we have to be able to have information on who our users are. If I'm going to run a horseshoe, I'm going to have to know what my horseshoe name is. I'm going to have show specific information. This is a form of normalization over here. And then I'm going to have what classes are in the show. And then I'm going to have who are my animals, and then who are my riders, and then who are the riders' owners, and I'm going to have billing. So this is a really simple running a small business. And it is the bare line-based tax that you need. But what I want you to see when you're looking at the table is you have the table name, okay, and then primary key, foreign key. Then you got all these weird little squigglies. Well, this is all relational programming of one-to-many, many-to-one, one but not another. So there are all these deep symbols in here that you don't have to learn, but you have to know that, they all have been highly engineered. But what they're doing is that they are saying if I am going to be in this horseshoe identity table and I'm going to run a query when I want to go get the parking fees, well, my query would go down into this table because I put the parking fees over here on the show identity, because parking fees may vary by each horse show that you're in. So this is the high-level schematic for that. We're reaching about 5 minutes, but I'll give you the basic overview of where we're going after here. And I'm sorry, this mouse clicker seems to be off again. But I want you to understand, I'm going to take you through what the schemas are and how to start thinking about, how to start thinking about building named columns and tables with the data. And why you're doing that, so you don't have all these sorts of lists in your pocket. So it's going to be about the overview, and the essentials are talking about how we're going to structure the raw information and how it gets set up so you can perform transaction processing. And then the remainder of the lesson is going to be on being able to run different queries, where I give you all the main, like this is a basic SQL query here. I need to select name, GPA from students. I want to select these two fields, name and GPA, from the student data table where GPA is greater than 3.0. So some of you may be familiar with this, some of you may not, but I'm really hoping that this code book is going to provide you all the tooling that you need to be successful in your future. Okay, thank you.